we're getting tricked by social media because email marketing, direct email marketing, banner ad retargeting, all the stuff that SEO and SEM, all the stuff we did, me, with Wine Library and all the guys that won and gals that won in the early days, that was all instantaneous. You send out an email, you sell wine. You put out Google AdWords ad campaign, you get traction, right? You put out banners on websites and you cookie them and you follow them around and show them more banners, they eventually give up and buy your wine. All of it was instant gratification. Social isn't. The best results we've seen from social are taking 6 months, a year before we start seeing any kind of results. And we live in an ADD culture now, my man.
But what's the trick? You said there's a trick to this.
Well, the trick is, that's my slang term for, the trick is everybody's confused by this because they want to see instant results. You hire somebody or you do it internally, you post it on Facebook, you expect something to happen.
Well, let me ask you this though. You said we're entering an age of honesty and we're talking about establishing a relationship with the consumer, right?
Yes.
Give, then ask. Is there not a trick to that? Are you establishing a relationship with the consumer that they don't actually know at some point? You're manipulating them into the ask.
You know, I think that this was the tone that the Times article took that really pissed me off, to be honest with you. You're following a friggin' brand. I mean, who in the world thinks that they're having any kind of relationship with Nike that isn't predicated on some, I mean, thank you. I mean, I can see your natural, right? Thank you. I appreciate that because that's a very natural reaction from you. That is, it's such an easy answer for me because what, you think Dunkin' Donuts wants to be your best friend? I mean, like, this is predicated on commerce, but I think it's a hell of a lot better than them just asking you all the time.
But you have said that you think all relationships are kind of transactional. I think you described it as leverage.
Under the context of business. Under the context of business.
Actually, if you, but Gary, if you had said all relationships, you wouldn't offend me. I read that and I'm like, I'll bet you, and you're backing away from it. If I extend it to all relationships, I'll bet you some people won't like that. I mean, is love not transactional?
No.
I mean,
well,
you give me love,
listen,
I give you love. It makes us both better off.
I mean, listen, I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to waver. Listen, I'm thrilled to piss people off. I prefer it. It's not where I'm going. I just want to, you know, to me, there's a purity to capitalism that I adore. I love when companies go out of business. I'd love for one of my companies to go out of business because then I deserve it. It means I misplayed the market, somebody did it better, and that's, so there's a purity to capitalism.
Did you see Jeff Bezos on 60 Minutes where they asked him the question, look, do you feel bad about the fact that Amazon is putting all these companies out of business by undercutting them on prices? In fact, selling them at a loss often to be the volume leader. He said, Amazon didn't happen to those companies. The future happened to those companies.
Yeah, I think he's right. I mean, this is why, listen, I'm a huge fan of his. You know, that's right. I mean, I don't care if you're small. Small wins all the time in business. You know what dumb big is? I work with a lot of dumb big. Big is dumb. And so you've got to adjust to the reality of the market. Innovation doesn't care about you and me. It's just going to do its thing, period.